Quantum computing is a relatively new field with research only now just taking off. Research began in the 1980s with physicists like Paul Benioff and Richard Feynman that realized classical computers could not accurately simulate quantum systems. Let's dive into quantum computers, their uses, and what makes them so special. Classical computers function by storing and processing data using bits. A bit is either in an on or off state represented by a 1 or a 0. Tiny switches called transistors are what determine what state each bit is in. These transistors control the flow of electrical current in the computer. When the transistor is flipped off, the bit is off, making it a 0. When the transistor is flipped on, the bit is on, making it a 1. Quantum computers work very similarly, but there are some major differences. Quantum computers also function using transistors that control what are called qubits, or quantum bits. The difference is that these transistors are so small they are made of one singular atom. Because the transistors are made of just a singular atom or particle, this introduces entanglement between the atoms. Quantum entanglement is when two particles become linked no matter the distance between them. So when one state of a particle changes, all of the ones entangled with it react instantly. Think of entangled qubits like multiple light switches connected to the same light source. All the switches are able to turn the light off and on. What the switch does depends on the state of all of the other switches. If the other switches turn the light on, when you flip the new switch, it will turn the light off, and vice versa. These switches can also be infinite miles apart and still work and depend on one another to change the light, aka the state of the whole quantum system. Another important concept to understand is superposition. A superposition qubit can be on, off, and anywhere in between all at the same time. Those light switches from our last example, think of them as the sliding kind that affect the brightness of the light source. They can be on, off, or anywhere in between depending on how bright you want the light, but they also can be in multiple states at once. Like each sliding light switch has multiple sliders. The ideas of superposition combined with entanglement is what allows these computers to function so differently. Because the qubits all determine each other's state and they can be on or off or anywhere in between all at the same time, this allows for a much faster processing speed by quantum computers utilizing quantum parallelism. Essentially, quantum computers can perform multiple processes simultaneously using only one processor, while classical computers can only perform one process at a time in a singular processor. So how is any of this useful? The super-fast processing speed allows for more accurate simulations that are useful in a variety of different fields. With drug discovery, the computers can model how the drugs interact inside the human body, quickening drug discovery efforts. They can also help update our climate models, and with climate change, it will be able to model the chemical reactions that are required to capture carbon out of the atmosphere. This all sounds amazing, but these advancements are really far out. Our best computers currently have around 1,000 qubits. And for them to be functional and solve the calculations that the physicists need them to, we will need millions of these qubits.